Good morning student, welcome to GYANJYOTI online classes, class 8 English chapter 13. The lesson is the bet. Yes, here bet means the one of the condition that whether you have to win or defeat, that is one type of challenge. So what the challenge between two lawyer and banker we shall discuss in this chapter. Suppose your person gives you millions of rupees and stay in a confined jail for many years. Is it possible or not? In this story we shall see. So it was a dark autumn night. Autumn is the after rainy season, autumn leaves falling season. The old banker was walking up and down his study and remembering how 15 years before. Now 15 years before what happened. He remembered the banker. Just remember in his study room, okay, down in his study, and remember how 15 years before and he had given a party on autumn evening. Now there was a party. Let's see in this party what happened here. There had been many clever men and there had been interesting conversation. Now in this party, a very clever person, very important person, that's why. Had a good talking, very good conversation. Among other things, they had talked of capital punishment with death sentence, मृत्यु दंड के बारे में they are discussing about each other. The majority of the guests, among whom were many journalists and intellectual men. Now वहाँ पर ज्ञानी भी हैं, journalists, reporters, they are also present. Disapproved of the death penalty. Death penalty को हम लोग नापसंद किए. Yeah, death penalty is not good. Why? Let's discuss. They considered that form of punishment out of date means that a punishment should not be given. Immoral and unsuitable. That is out of moral. मतलब बहुत ही खराब है. In the opinion of some of them, the death penalty ought to be replaced everywhere by imprisonment for life. कि वो जो मृत्यु दंड को हटा देके life imprisonment means उम्र कैद, that should be good. Many people they get their own suggestions. I don't agree with you, said the host banker. Banker बोले कि मैं तुम्हारी बात में सहमत नहीं हूँ. I have not tried either the death penalty or the imprisonment for life, but for one may judge as priori, the death penalty is more moral and more human than imprisonment for life. Now, banker told, I am not giving two sides, but he told judge may judge a priori means in the priori, the word of French words meanings examination existing fact, real fact. What I would like to say, he told the death penalty is more human, more moral. Why he told कि here कि कोई किसी को तुरंत मतलब मृत्यु दंड दिया जाता है, वो फुल उम्र कैद लाइफ इम्प्रिजमेंट, दैट इज फॉर बेटर. व्हाई? कैपिटल पनिशमेंट किल्स ए मैन एट वंस. किसी को कैपिटल पनिशमेंट डेथ सेंटेंस, किसी मार पूरा कोई सजा है और मौत है, वो तुरंत ही क्या होता है, द पर्सन डाइज. बट लाइफ लॉन्ग इम्प्रिजमेंट किल्स हिम स्लोली. पूरे उम्र कैद मतलब धीरे धीरे द लाइफ किल्स. There is a difference between two types of punishment he spoke to. Which executioner is the more human? कौन सा सजा बहुत ह्यूमैनिटी है? He who kills you in a few minutes, or he who drags the life out of you in the course of many years? जो तुरंत तुम्हारे जीवन को ले लेता है यार बहुत सालों तक, for long time he kills you. Which is more human? What he says, both are equally immoral, observed one of the guests. उनमें से गेस्ट था, वो बोला दोनों ही गलत है. For they both had the same object, to take away life. दोनों में ही जीवन को लिया जा रहा है. Death sentence or life imprisonment, both are immoral. The state is not God. Yes, the state is not God. Yes, it has not the right to take away what it cannot restore when it wants to. जो हम cannot return, then why should we take away? या हम जो ला नहीं सकते उसको लेना क्यों है? Among the guests was young lawyer. वहाँ पर एक बैंकर पास एक लॉयर था. peaceful manner. Let's see a young man of 5 and 20, 25 साल का था. Yeah. When he was asked his opinion, now the lawyer spoke about his own view, and what he gave, he said, the death sentence and the life sentence are equally immoral, both are not good. But if I had to choose between the death penalty and imprisonment for life, I would certainly choose the second one. Why I would choose the second one with the life imprisonment? To live anyhow is better than not at all. Suppose a person dies, life finishes, but life imprisonment means maybe the 20, 30, 50 years maybe in the jail. Anyway, his life is secure, survived there. So I prefer second one, punishment. Who told? The lawyer told to the party and people, okay? A lively discussions arose. Lively discussion means very lively discussion, very influencing and very challenging discussion started, okay? The banker who was younger and more nervous in those days, वो भी जवान है, बहुत ही घबराहट है उस दिन में, was suddenly carried away by excitement. He pulled jail. What he told? He struck the table with his fist and shouted. पूरा टेबल को जोर से मारा और बोला. In his fist means in this type of figure, and shouted to the young man, it's not true. What do you say that is not correct? What? I'll bet you, I challenge you. मैं शर्त लगाना चाहता हूँ. Yeah, you 2 millions you would not stay in solitary compartments for 5 years. If I give you 2 millions, means 20 lakhs. 2 millions. If I fail you, still you will not stay in jail for 5 years. I challenge you. Now banker spoke in his words. Then what the reaction? If you mean that in earnest, you are telling in advance. Yeah, you are paying advance. Said the young man, I'll take the bet, I will take your challenge, but I would stay not 5 but 15 years. You tell only 5 years. अगर यहाँ पर शर्त की बात है, बाजी की बात है, तो 5 साल नहीं 15 साल में मैं जेल करने के लिए तैयार हूँ. 15 years I am ready to stay if you are telling that. 15. Dawn, cried the banker. Gentlemen, I stake 2 millions. मैं इसके 2 millions रुपया मैं देने के लिए तैयार हूँ. Yeah, can you stay in jail for 15 years? Life imprisonment in 15 years. Agreed. You stake your millions and I stake my freedom. तुम 200 रुपये तो यहाँ लगा रहे हो, मैं अपना स्वाधीनता कुर्बानी कर रहा हूँ. I am giving my freedom means you 15 साल तक एग्जाम में रहना, that is the punishment, said the young man. And this wild, senseless bet was carried out. Wild means uncontrolled, meaningless challenge. आगे बढ़ा. The banker, spoiled and frivolous with millions beyond his reckoning. Yes, spoiled means no more value. Frivolous with millions, and he is no more with happy with these millions beyond his reckoning is calculating, was delighted at the bet, as he was this time he ready to take this challenge. At supper is a time of night meal. He made fawn on the young man and said, "One second," he told. इस लॉयर को बोला बैंकर, और एक बार चेतावनी दिया. क्या बोला? I think better of it, young man, while there is still time, अभी भी समय है. What you should do? To me, 2 millions are a trifle. Yeah, trifle means little value, but you are losing 3 or 4 of your best years of your life. Yeah, 20 लाख तो बहुत कम है, लेकिन 3-4 साल में you are giving your life. That means 5 साल से पहले ही उस जेल के अंदर मर जाओगे. Yes, to me 2 millions are a trifle, but you are losing 3 or 4 of the best years of your life. I say 3 or 4, why? Because you won't stay longer. Before 5 years in the jail, you will die. So why are you wasting your For these 2 million थोड़े पैसा के little money. Why do you hang yourself? Why do you die for yourself? Yeah, he told like that. Then, so don't forget either. Don't forget years of your life. Yes. So he told, but you are losing 3 or 4 best of years. So don't forget either, you unhappy man, that voluntary confinement is a great deal. Yes, voluntary confinement is the great deal. Yes, now he told, think better of it. कि कुछ के लिए तुम अच्छे सोचो. Young man, while there is still time, he told like that. Then what the reply? Don't forget either, you unhappy man. Let's see. That voluntary confinement is a great deal, harder to bear than compulsory. Means voluntary means you in your own will you are going to the jail, you are going to the life imprisonment. It is very difficult. If you go by the compulsory, by the police or by any crime, you go to jail. That is more harder. You cannot go to jail. The thought that you have the right to step out in liberty. Out in liberty means from your freedom from this area. You are going out of this liberty. At any moment you will poison. Poison means die. तुम स्वाधीनता से बाहर जा रहे हो means you will risk your life or die there. Your whole existence in prison. Your whole life in the prison. Why are you spending and challenging me? I am sorry for you. Who told? Banker told to lawyer. What are the reaction of the banker? Lawyer. And now the banker walking to and fro. Banker आगे पीछे चल रहा है. Remembered all this and asked himself. Yes, तुम अपने आप को सवाल करो. Whether before you take a bet, what was the object of that bet? What is the good of that man's losing 15 years of life and my throwing away 2 millions? As you are telling me this challenge, you are wasting your 15 years and I am losing my 2 millions of rupees. So think before you take a bet. Can it prove that the death penalty is better or worse than imprisonment for life? क्या इससे साबित हो जाएगा कि डेथ पेनल्टी वो अच्छा है और imprisonment of death is not bad? Yes. So no. It was all nonsensical and meaningless. Why you are challenging all these matters? Meaningless. Better stop it. On my part, it was a caprice, means fickleness. बचपना है, ये सब फालतू की बात है. Unnecessary thing. Caprice means meaningless. Or the campered man means a person who enjoy the life, and on his part simple greed of money and जो कि पैसा के लालच में ये करते हैं, it is not good for my part. मेरे बोलेंगे तो मैं नहीं करूँगा because to get some money. So in this way there was the bargain, this talking. Then what happened? Then he remembered what followed that evening. उस रात में क्या बात हुआ. It was decided the young man should spend years of his captivity under the strictest supervisions in one of the lodges in the banker's garden. Now you are ready to go to the jail. Or what are the strict rules? And what are the rules? He will be inside the jail. He just told there is very strict supervision. सब देखेंगे कि क्या कर रहा है और बहुत strict किया जाएगा. Second, it was agreed that for 15 years he should not be free to cross the threshold of the lodge. लॉज के बाहर नहीं जा पाएगा, वो अंदर ही रहना है. To see human beings, कोई इंसान देख नहीं सकते हैं. Yes, to hear the human voice, cannot listen to humans talking, okay? Or to receive letters and newspapers. He will not get newspapers, no letter, etc., no connection. He was allowed to have a musical instrument and books. उसको संगीत की विद्या और किताब दिया जाएगा. He can read his leisure time and was allowed to write letters. लिख सकता है. To drink wine and to smoke. Wine, smoke can take by the terms of the agreement. This is the agreement. He will be in the jail. And only relations he could have with the outer world were by little windows. वहाँ पर छोटा सा window बना रहेगा. उसी में कुछ लिख के देगा. Any necessary items. and made purposely for that object, he might have anything he wanted. कुछ भी चाहता है तो वो in this letter he can write the window and they can provide these things, either book, music, wine or so on, in any quantity he desired by writing an order. Okay, he can like, but could only receive them through the window. Yes, window से ही मिलेगा. The agreement provided for few details and waived every trifle that would make this imprisonment strictly solitary. Yeah, in this jail, it is very strict. He will be single inside this jail and bound the young man to stay there exactly 15 years. Correct time. What is the time here mentioned? Beginning from 12 o'clock night, 14 November. Year is 1872, 14 November night, and time is 1885. For 15 years he has to be stayed there, and ending at the 12 o'clock of 14 November 1885, the slightest attempts on his part to break the condition. कुछ भी आगे पीछे 2 मिनट भी आगे पीछे अगर वो चले आता है, if only 2 minutes before the end, जो करेक्ट 12 से 2 मिनट पहले भी वो आ जाते हैं, रिलीज द बैंकर अगर चले आता है from the obligation that fixed time to pay him 2 millions. Yeah, means he will not get 2 million rupees, that will be cancelled. Okay, yeah, it's clear. So these are the conditions they have to follow. Yes, for the first year of his confinement in the jail में जब पहला साल क्या किया, as far as one could judge from his brief notes, क्या वो कर रहा है, the prisoner suffered severely from loneliness and depression. वो अकेला महसूस कर रहा है, feeling very odd. First year of jail, the sound of the music, piano could be heard. वो संगीत की दुनिया में चले गया, वो बजा रहा है जेल में. Continuously day and night. From his lodge he refused wine and tobacco. He did not like these alcoholic items, but only music, and just he was inside feeling very odd and loneliness. Okay. In the first year, the books he sent were principally of light characters. Light characters means simple stories. He liked to read novels with a complicated love plot, love stories, novels he liked to read. Sensational means feelings, and fantastic stories, some imaginative stories, and so on. Very jolly, interesting stories he liked to read. In the second year, the piano was silent in the lodge, no music. He irritated playing music, and the prisoner asked only for the classics. Yeah, classic music, like to read the book, classic books. Okay. In the 5th year, music was audible again. 5 साल के बाद फिर से म्यूजिक सुनाई दिया. Banker told that 5 साल में मर जाएगा, but he was lucky that he is not died. Okay. And the prisoner asked for wine. After 5 years, he needed wine to cool mind. Those who watched him through the window said that all that year he spent doing nothing but eating and drinking. In the after 5th year, it's just nothing but eating and drinking. This thing was going on. Yes, and laying on the bed, so bed में सो रहा है, कुछ नहीं. Frequently yawning and angrily talking to himself. Yes, sometimes he yawning means just taking a snap and sleeping and झपकी ले रहा है, making some sound and talking to himself. अपने बात कर रहा है. He did not read books. It's okay, because in this time he felt some irritations. Sometimes at night he would sit down and to write. Yes, कुछ रात में उठ के कुछ लिख भी रहा है. He would spend hours writing, and in the morning tear of all that he had written. Whole night he may write, and सुबह होते ही सब कुछ फाड़ के फेंक दिया. Now this type of situation going during this age of 5, in the fifth year, sorry. More than once he could be heard crying. Sometimes he could be heard crying about this time. These are the time as he was going through in 5th number year, we can face this person in this condition. In the second half of the 6th and a half year, yeah, the prisoner began jealously studying languages. Jealousy means with some challenge that I can learn different languages. Yeah, he started learning different languages, around 6 languages. Philosophy. Yeah, philosophy is a very deep story of Darshan Shastra about the philosopher, right? And history book. He liked to read different types of story books. He threw himself eagerly into these studies, means gave full of time for studying philosophy, studying history, studying other subjects and also languages. Okay, so much so that the banker had even to get him the books he ordered. Yeah, as he ordered different books, he got and he started reading. He gave his whole time for reading. Okay, in the course of the 4 years, some 600 volumes were produced from 6 years to 4 years with, and the correct 10 years of his imprisonment in the jail. What did he read? 600 volumes, 600 kitab. All books he read. Course of 400 years, some 600 volumes, 600 book पढ़ लिया, were produced at his request. He used his time. It was during this period that the banker received the following letter from his prisoner. Banker को भी letter मिलता है. What he wrote in the letter, in the correct 10 years after, in the jail he wrote, "My dear jailer, I write you these lines in 6 languages." A letter by 6 भाषा में लिखना चाहता हूँ. So that to people who know the languages, 6 other languages, I write, let them read them. If they find not one mistake, I implore you to fire a shot in the garden. ये भाषा जो पढ़ने के बाद कोई मिस्टेक नहीं पाते हैं, तो after reading make a sound by pistol gone, then I know that my writing is successful, my language learning is successful. That shot will show me that my efforts had not been thrown away. My trying, effort means trying, will not meaningless. Means I was successful in my learning language. The genuine of all ages. Genuine means particular of all ages. And all the lands speak different languages, but the same flame burns in them all. Yeah, all ages and all the land speak different languages, though the different languages, and the sense and meaning is same. Same flame burns in them all. आग तो एक ही जलता है, लैंग्वेज में भी डिफरेंट, बट मीनिंग इज सेम. भाषा अलग हो सकता है, लेकिन उसका भाव एक ही है. लेट्स सी. Oh, if you only knew what unearthly happiness my soul feels now from being able to understand them. Now, the jailer, the prisoner who was inside the jail, the lawyer, too much satisfied that in the confined in the jail, I could learn different languages. That's why he was happy. If you only knew what unearthly means, heavenly happiness. My soul means in inner part feels that I am happy that I learned these different languages. The prisoner's desire was fulfilled, means as prisoner told that if 6 type of languages they like to read this my letter, this, then you have the shot of this pistol. Then the banker ordered 2 shots to be fired in the garden. Yeah, then this lawyer told that I am successful. What I learned 6 different languages I could achieve. Then after the 10th year, 10 साल के बाद, the prisoner sat immovably. He did not like to move here and there, just sat together in a place at the table and read nothing but the gospel. Gospel is the Christians' Bibles, 4 books, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, 4 books of Jesus Christ, and the story of Jesus' life and Jesus' birth, Jesus' crucifixion, resurrection, and all the life story of Jesus Christ. He read this Bible story also, and he used his time for reading books. Not only read this book, it seemed strange to the banker that the man who in 4 years, his 4 साल, 10 के बाद 11, 12, 13, 14, 4 years, had mastered 600 long volumes. 600 long volume, different volumes of books, different books he like to learn, like to get different storage book he learn. Yeah. Volume should waste nearly a year over one thin book easy of comprehension. Let's see. It seemed strange to the banker that a man who in 400 years had mastered 600 land volumes should waste nearly a year over one thin book easy of comprehension. In a year, how we can get in year, he can capture all this. Let's see that it is not an easy task for learning in very short time he can achieve theology and histories of religion, followed the Gospels by reading this Gospel, different type of story also. He read theology with the religious books and of the history of the religion, different religions, different life, different like in famous religion, Hindu, Muslim, then Sikhs, etc. Then at the end, yes, in the last 2 years of the confinement, the prisoner read the immense quantity of books quite indiscriminately. Let's see, in the last 2 years, आखिरी 2 साल, 14 or 15 years की एज में क्या पढ़ा? The prisoner read immense quantity, means huge quantity, too much books, or books quite indiscriminately, means without careful judgment, without any judgment. Indiscriminately means without any judgment he wrote the books. At one time he was busy with the natural sciences, कभी भी नेचुरल में तो कुदरती साइंस के पढ़ना शुरू किया. And then he would ask for Byron. Which Byron? One of the 19th century poet, the famous poet of 19th century, George Jordan Byron's poetry. He liked to read, and also the William Shakespeare's dramas. William Shakespeare had written around 37 dramas, and very top and very lengthy. He liked to read these huge dramas also. There were notes in which he demanded at the same time books on chemistry किताब पढ़ना शुरू किया, and a manual of medicine, not only medicine also, and novel, different types of books, either science, either literature, either the history, either any book. All the books he started reading all these days. Yeah, either medicine book, novel, and some treatise on philosophy and theology. Philosophy means the very person's very deep thinking, that is the darshanik. Okay, also the theology, the religious books. Yeah, his reading suggested a man. उसके किताब पढ़ने से पता चलता है. Swimming in the sea, ऐसे कि पानी में तैर रहा है, समंदर में तैर रहा है. And the wreckage of his ship, जहाज टूट गया है और जहाज को पकड़ने के लिए जैसे तैर रहा है, ऐसा ही हादसा हुआ है. His reading can show that he is helpless person. His ship is broken. He is swimming, trying to hold one of the pole of this ship. It is appearing like that. His reading suggested a man swimming in the sea among the wreckage, means broken ship of his ship, and trying to save his life. अपना जान बचाने के लिए वो तैर रहा है. By greedily clutching means by carefully clutching means holding what? First on one spar. Spar means a thick pool, and then at another. Now trying to save his life in this time is going to get this. Supposing the ship is broken, he is swimming and going to hold, and is in bad condition, he is going to embrace. And it was this type of reading that his life in danger, still he is climbing to come out to this sea. It is in this type of situation he is going through, and he was all these 15 years of in the jail. He was going to conclude. He was going to finish his journey. We saw in this paragraph, first part, we saw the conclusion of this first part. We saw that how he finished his mission. Means in 15 years he did the work. Which next day we say we are coming to second part, and what actually after this 15 years of imprisonment, what the reaction after 15 years, we shall see in the next period. So it is very top lesson. I hope that you will read more and understand it. It is a very top lesson, and if you read more and you can understand very well. And rest of the part 2 we shall see in the next period. So study well. Meet you once again in the next period. So till that time, have a good day and good life, and meet you once again in the next period. Have a good day. Goodbye.